Hello and welcome to the Minty Fresh JP channel, where I shall be attempting to not a no moving challenge in Half Sword. Now, when I'm saying no moving, I kind of mean the WASD keys, and I strictly mean the WASD keys on my keyboard right now. I can still move my head around if that helps. Um, Everything else goes. I just can't press the WASD keys. Uh, Now, there are some restrictions to that, of course. I can't move. But anytime I get knocked out, or, knocked down, I should say, I can't get up. Because in the demo, the version I'm playing on, you actually had to hold up W. That's the only way I know how to get up. And that also means, because when you go to the abyss, you're usually on your back, so I can't. So as you can tell, this actually has to be a one life run as well, where there's no abyss for me, just no abyss at all. It's one life, no abyss, no moving, because I just can't get up at this point. Because you had to hold W. Anything else goes. Sometimes you will move, like when you grab onto enemy, like with the Q and E things, and then sometimes Willie would just move his feet to, I guess, restable himself. Another thing I want to point out is kicking. Kicking moves you forward, and you will see how I kind of abuse kicking a lot in this. But hopefully y'all enjoy my first challenge video. I kind of want to show you guys. I think what is this? A for a mode that I feel like a lot of people would think is hard, but it's not really that hard. And that is Carnage. The beggar tier is kind of easy. It's pretty easy when you think about it. As you can tell, I really do adore beggar or the Carnage game mode a lot. This actually took kind of a lot more time than you think it would, and that is that a lot of this I had a lot more practice behind this. This is I'm showing you like my very good uh run here. I'm not gonna say my winning run because let's just say something happens later on. But as you can see, whenever you get into like the fist play game mode, just grab Willie by his hand, not by anywhere else. If you grab him by his hand, punch him in his head. If you grab him pretty close, I recommend punching him near the hip or the leg. Or you can of course just disengage him. But yeah, you can also see that like with the kicking, you do move forward by quite a bit, and we will be using that a lot more. The beggar boss, I think I don't remember this is my one. No, it's definitely not. With the beggar boss, he is actually one of the most tougher bosses in the game right now because of the no moving thing. Because without moving, he's actually really difficult. Because normally you would move around and then you pick up a weapon, but you can't do that. So he usually just runs up to you and just absolutely chops your fucking head off. This is also just another thing. I kind of just flail my arms around during fist play because I don't know. Sometimes it'll just make Willie move back a bit, and as you can tell, yeah, you just flail your arms around. He kind of takes that as a bit of a threat, but you can still see me try to go for the grab. I go for the grab a lot more during this part section, and grabbing when you can't move, it's actually really helpful. Actually, I think I got way better at grabbing now due to this. You can kind of see. Sometimes I like to end fights a bit quicker, so if Willie's not willing to go down, I like to kick him out of defense. Oh, this scene, Jesus. This scene. I just want to say, a lot of times with the beggar boss fight, sometimes weapon spawns are random, so they can become closer to you or farther away. You generally want them to be closer. Spoilings. Spoilings is like 50-50. Sometimes all the wheels will come attack your ass, or sometimes they will go attack each other. So it's kind of like 50-50 in that chance. At the same time, you kind of see me also kicking here as well. That's like That's the only way I can move. By the way, that's so. My actual thought was, oh, what happens if I just kick from moving? Because that was my actual thought. There are some problems with kicking with moving. One, you are kicking pretty high. You'll see this later on, but with blades and whatnot, especially with the bail hook, if you're trying to like close distance in, and you're kicking, you generally move your legs up way higher, and it takes so slow to move that you actually get your legs cut off pretty often. Uh, that was a carnage. You couldn't tell. I really like carnage, but carnage while staying still is a problem because usually the right and left willies will go straight to you unless you move. Shit. What was I saying earlier? With spoilings, it's really is just 50 because you can grab stuff, but at the same time, it's like Willie's most likely going to grab something better, or and he can move. Uh, while I'm waiting for this part to end, I want to speak on something. Thank you all for watching my throwing half serve video. I wasn't expecting that one to be popular at all. I was kind of making that like commentary video of mine, of like why I dislike it's I don't know, I might make a different commentary video instead of like why I actually hate commentary instead of like seeing a drama that kind of already ended at this point and already moved on. But I'm very happy that a lot of people watched that one. A lot of people seem to like it. I think I will actually probably do much more gaming content here on. I wish to do more gaming content. Uh, like next up, I want to finish the liquor store stories. I think that's what I'm gonna do next because I want to talk about more of my other jobs now. And then I think I'm going to do more gaming content where one I do more challenge videos. I already have another challenge up for this. I have a I'm thinking about doing full damage half sword. I know Mr. Zach No, who it couldn't tell inspired me to do all this. Um, already did a video like that. I just really like the idea of being a glass cannon all the time. You can see this in anytime I play an RPG or anytime I really can get a hold of that kind of system of I'm really fast and powerful, but at the same time I will break at a single moment. I really like just being glass cannon. Oh, this when you get onto the beggar boss, don't fucking rely on that man. I don't let him swing because he, like I said, he can move and he will charge at your ass and just immediately kill you. He also has a double hand axe, which I really love. That double hand axe, I really love that axe. But, guy, it really just kills with him sometimes. Or well, I guess I'll show you in the next tier because we're already moving on to it. Uh, like I said, if you play this game, you already know what weapon we would be picking for the peasant tier, and that's of course. I would love to pick the axe, but we are of course picking the pitchfork. I almost said pickaxe there. Uh, from here on out, carnage is just not a thing I dare choose anymore, because I feel like there's way better weapons. Usually with carnage and beggar tier, there's it's just all knives, so it's usually easier. Here you can get like a multitude of different things, and that's still two wheelies come straight at you. Probably three trying third party's ass. But as you can tell, the peasant tier's really fucking easy. The pitchfork is like stupidly easy most times, if not. You just stab or you just swing. It's actually a really great blunt object, surprisingly. Uh, I don't really have much to say about the peasant tier. Not even about the boss, actually. The boss, I don't know. I really, anytime I can get my hands on his hoe, I really like to take it. I really wish to do like I don't know, like, oh yeah, that's what I was looking to say. Other challenge videos. I was thinking about doing like a full like dagger or knife video. Like, can I beat Halfster with only a dagger or knife? I wouldn't mind trying to beat Halfster with just the scythe. Why did I call it hoe earlier? It's a scythe. I really like the scythe for some reason. I think I just find it cool. I guess. Uh, even if in real life it's like the worst weapon you could pick. Oh, that. You kind of see how I cut his head open. Yeah. I'll show you more of that with the bill hook. In the third tier, I forgot what it's called. The commoner tier, I believe. We do not pick the longsword. We do not go with the commoner tier. Actually, you will stay with the pitchfork, so you have that range. And that is now you might be wondering why are we still picking the range? Why am I picking the pointy stick at this point? Well, I'm not afraid of Willie, but I am afraid of the boss in the third commoner tier. Oh, the last round you saw. If you ever get tapped or hit or anything, immediately start giving up. That's because, like I said earlier, you can't do abyss because you can't get up when you go to abyss because you're already on your back. So you gotta do this with one life. And the other thing is like I'm not gonna take that chance anymore of just not doing that. Oh, dodging. I don't know how to do dodging fully, but sometimes we'll already do dodging. You kind of saw that. That's not me moving on the WASD key, but that's just really dodging. I don't know how to control that or anything. If one of y'all know how to do that, comment down below how to. This I got stupidly lucky one night. I swear to God, this run I just started playing one night, and somehow I got so lucky, because normally I get up to like the third tier, and that's where it ends. That what happens. Also, damn, I hit him straight in the throat. Fractions. We'll talk about them. The yellow faction, faster stamina. That's always good. I usually do the yellow or the red and blue one. The blue one I don't really care about, but we're actually gonna take the red one because my idea is faster kicking, so we can actually move faster in that sense. Uh, like I said, we are gonna be using kicking as a moving thing. It's less that you gotta use kicking now. I'm kind of using kicking just to move forward and get through these single battles very quickly. As you can tell, I'm also just gonna be using anything long and pointy or blunt and long. I'm going to be using it. Uh, Kicking, you're going to use that a lot more later on in the challenge. If you could guess already, you probably already know why I'm going with it. But boss fights, you don't really need to kicking. I'm just doing kicking often just to show it. And then two, I'm also just, I really just want to get over with the battles because all these battles kind of just end the same. If you can tell with the bill hook, I don't know if it's which clip this shows. When you swing, oh yeah, it's this one. You see how I hit him later on, and despite how I miss, if you swing and that bill hook kind of goes over him a little bit, go into half sword mode immediately. It sometimes yanks the bill hook right back, and then cuts Will's neck open. I remember watching like the Mr. Jack No No's video. I forgot if it's about the bill hook or some other challenge, but he was complaining like why I can't like drag it across Willie's neck. Uh, I kind of wish you could do that, but you can if you do miss a little bit or you have it like balance on his neck. You can yank it back with just going to half sword mode, and that will yank it. It's stupidly helpful actually. Oh, by the way, I'm playing on Gore Grotesque, so a lot of things are getting. Now I later on I did change it to the mediums. I think I forgot what it's called, but I'm playing Grotesque most of the time, if not all throughout this video. Just know, I learned something else about Grotesque. How it says like it's really easy to die in it, so maybe you can also lower the how much score you want in it to make it a bit easier on you. The four bosses I always feel like are a bit memorable. Cause one, this guy has a plus on or good day, um, but I don't know. I always like the three bosses a lot. All the other bosses, I feel like they're very forgettable. I just never had much of that. To be honest, my favorite tiers are like the first tiers because I just like being a lunatic with a knife and coming at them, or a lunatic with an axe and chopping some person up. Same thing here. You pick the bill hook, and all is good. Like I said, this challenge is kind of boring. I won't lie. It's because I don't want to take too much risk because I already failed a lot during this. Like I said, I'm showing you my good run. This is my very good run where I don't know what happened, but I just played a random night and I immediately start winning so much. But it was just boring. I don't know what's up, but I guess you can be half sword while standing sail pretty easily as well. Uh, oh yeah, sorry. I actually I have all these sound effects turned off and include the voices. I might turn the voices on and not a different video if y'all would like that much more. I just don't know how like what level I should have them on, cause I know it's like whenever I record a video, I'm quite quiet talker. A lot of people call me a quiet talker. So I always wonder like what level should I have the game on, or what level should I have like background music on. And then of course I don't think my mic picks up my voice that much well either. What else can we talk about? Oh, other challenge videos. God, I'm really just fucking nailing that guy. Uh, Other challenge videos. So there's a knife video I want to make, a scythe video if I could find it out some way to grab the scythe. I could do it in the abyss. I know that. I just need to beat the second boss and just take his weapon at that point. There's those videos. I want to do a full damage here. Max damage to player, max damage to enemy. Uh, oh, I have a one of those trackpads or like tablets. It's not like a like digital tablet, but it's like for drawing and whatnot. That's what I'm using for my thumbnails now. On by the way, I used to use like my mouse, and I used to use a straight line for my drawings for thumbnails. That didn't go out so well because my mouse it had a weird function where it would double tap because it was getting old and dusty and dirty. So a lot of it was just like randomly clicking, including the scroll wheel, which was annoying. But now I have a new mouse, which is very nice. But I also bought a like this drawing tablet trackpad, which I can draw on, and then that's what I'm making my new thumbnails on. So hopefully y'all would like the art. I think this is the boss actually. Uh, I don't know. I just never found any of the other layer bosses like all that memorable, except for one, which I'll tell you about later. But other channel videos, I was thinking about grabbing that trackpad, and instead of using your mouse, you had to use the trackpad. Picking out gear for the veteran. Like I said, just same thing, long and pointy. If you can, if they're not fully armored, I'm going to pick something long and pointy. I'm going to keep them at the fucking distance. I do not want them to be close at me at all. Uh, but yeah, I was thinking about using the trackpad instead of a mouse. My God, it's so weird watching this now because I got done with this challenge. Technically not. I'll tell you later about that. But I started doing the other challenge video. I have ideas for it because sometimes I like to practice firsthand just to make sure it's reasonable, and it's so weird to actually move. I actually understand what those people who also do challenge videos mean, because sometimes if you ever watch a lot of them, they'll say like, "Oh my gosh, it's so great. It's so weird to actually do this now." Because my last challenge was like no jumping, no collecting coins, no mining, no whatever. And like I completely understand them now. I say let's talk about that really quick. If you can tell, I'm very inspired by those kind of people. I really like challenge videos a lot. I always find them very memorable. I very much like those kind of people. Um, yeah, I couldn't tell Mr. Jack No, he kind of inspired me to do this. Uh, Let me give a little shout out here. Uh, I think it was Artifice. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I am very sorry. I don't watch him as much, but I have seen a couple of his videos. Now, when I forgot to look up if anyone did this challenge actually. It turns out he did this challenge before. Now, I think he did it on the older version of the demo, and some of our rules are a bit different. So I thought it would be fine if it's if I was still allowed to post a video. I got up to like the ultimate challenge, and then I finally checked it. I'm like, God damn it! Someone already did this. Uh, but I will link his video down below in the description if y'all want to watch that as well. God damn, the bill hook, something really cuts through on the neck. Uh, but like I said, oh, this is the other memorable boss I really like. I don't know. I find his design kind of cool. I think his obvious weak spot is like a great placement. I kind of always just thought he was poor enough that he just couldn't buy a helmet, but he bought everything else. Or maybe he's just not like scared of anyone, so he just leaves his face open. I don't know. I kind of want like some kind of story about this guy or why he doesn't wear a helmet. Maybe it just covers too much of his sight, so he just never cares. Let me talk about the first person I actually used to watch challenge videos about. It was Game Champ 3000. I used to watch a lot of their videos. I really like their videos a lot, and I find them really cool. And they're also like the main reason why I got really into Mega Man. Not the main reason I got really into Mega Man, but I got even more into Mega Man due to them. Uh, and then I of course love their what was it? What game am I thinking? Cave Story. I'm thinking about Cave Story. Oh, Man at Arms. I actually don't mess around at the higher tiers too often, so I didn't know what to pick. If I remember right, I picked the long hammer. I just like hammers a lot, and I thought it's long and it should help. I was thinking about taking that axe, but I just really like the hammers. Something about hammers. I just really like them. Uh, Other people I have seen. I seen a lot of Terraria challenge videos, and those always impress me because Terraria is such a game that's like kind of hard at some point, especially when you add Calamity or I think it's Informium Calamity. Oh, this. I'm sorry for the FPS. My PC does not handle this game too well. Um, but I'd like to just spice up things. You're gonna see me try to spice up things here shortly, but I just I'm sick of single battles. Let's do something else. So I just to do a booher. I forgot what this game was called. I'm pretty sure it called that. As you can tell, I just don't like this game mode because one, the FPS, and then two, I don't know. Sometimes I find like the guy in most of the armor just really annoying to deal with. Cause usually it's like two guys, you're fine. They're usually on your level or lower, and then there's just one guy who's like absolutely stacked to the brims with armor, and he's annoying as hell to take care of. And I can tell it kind of actually went out of my way, cause one of my guys went down immediately, and the other two I had to handle. And I think, luckily enough, my other guy was handling with the fairy armor person, unless I'm handling with them. No, he has back shot. Actually, he should have been killed by now. Damn. I think I'm handling the fairy armor guy right now. And I just killed him. You gotta love that you can, like, make people bleed through helmets sometimes. Like, god damn. It is still surprising just to see them. I think you can technically still do that if you can like dent it hard. Now I don't know, something about medieval armor denting or these hammers. I heard they're only supposed to like jolt people in hammer, because I remember watching people actually test out like medieval armor and seeing how durable it was. Because like if you were in full medieval armor, you were a beast of a man. You were a tank. As you can see, I also just use kicking as a way to like move forward, because sometimes wheelies will like just move back, and it gets really annoying of just playing the waiting game at this point. But like I said, you want kicking for a certain part of this challenge. I did not pick any of the others for a certain reason. Oh, the other drawback with kicking is, of course, it takes a lot more energy than sprinting or walking. So you're gonna get tired out really easily. Um, of course, I think you kind of saw it there. Like if you're kicking high up, the guy will cut your leg most of the time. It happens a lot more than you think it does. So you gotta be careful with it. Uh, I guess like a good thing about the challenge is that you really actually learn some things. Like I learned that you could yank the bill hook so you can actually cut them. I learned how to not where I should be kicking. I learned. Oh, I don't show it actually. I never got a clip. Um, Sometimes I like to spin. I like to spin. I think of myself like a bull dancer, or like a matador, and that's actually really helpful sometimes. It's sometimes as I will say you gotta get really used to. Usually with longer pointier things, they'll actually mess up, and you'll spin just a knife where you'll graze their weapon. Usually with pitchforks and whatnot. How Man, I wish I got a scene of that actually. But there are ways you can like spin out of danger, or sometimes like if a person got you in their grips, you can actually spin out of it. Sometimes I do this with the harvester. Oh, this thing. I just thought I'd do this one for fun. I'm actually pretty happy I took care of the guy with the plus on really easily, or the good day. I don't. I'm just gonna cut the plus on. I'm saying that wrong, but yeah. I think the other person I was really worried about was the pitchfork person, but it was technically just all of them coming straight at me. This was alright of a game mode, I will say. It wasn't tough, but it was kind of just annoying having four dudes all on you. That's someone's wet dream. Um, but I will say I kind of like this game mode. I don't know, something about like having multiple weaker people coming straight at you that you are a very stronger person than them. I always like that game mode as well, or multiple weaker people fighting a stronger person. You guys ever remember like Juggernaut in like Call of Duty? I usually play Call of Duty Ghosts a lot as a kid. I did not know that was a bad game. Um, I just remember seeing a bunch of reviews being like Call of Duty Ghosts is the worst thing ever. It killed the Call of Duty franchise. I don't know, man. I thought it was alright as a kid, but that's when I was a kid. I just thought shooting things was fun. I thought the throwing knives was funnier to try to get good at, and I think I like the Juggernaut class a lot. Uh oh, I'll talk about it later, but there's something with shields I had to deal with. If you can somehow, sometimes you can grab two shields. You can't actually grab two shields. Sometimes you can actually put one of the bigger shields on your back, and that's pretty cool. Um, but I had the idea of like, can I just corner Willie with a bunch of shields while I just kick forward to him? Uh, I thought that would be kind of like a good strategy, but I just never did that fully. I tried it a couple times, but it just doesn't work too well. Yeah, and that was my first death. Yeah, that's where the this run ends. I actually like pulled too much, and then some guy absolutely slit my neck. And as you can tell, I went to the abyss, but we can't go to the abyss because I had to like give it up immediately. And you know what? After losing, I think I deserve a little reward. I got really lucky again. I got a shovel really close by me, and I really like the little Doug shovel. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Look at these blocks I'm doing. Or is this the one I'm doing all the good blocks on? I forgot which one. Yeah. No. I remember I got some like really crazy blocks on like high up. That's the main problem with blocking high up. Is of course your hand getting chopped off. As you can tell, I thought to I wanted another treat for myself. Okay, guys, I want Carnage. I love Carnage. I love this game mode, especially in the beggar tier. You just get a random knife. Actually, let's talk about the knives really quickly. Shanks, the littlest knives, they're fine. I think they're fine when stabbing. I like my favorite size of knife is actually the medium size of knife. I don't like the big knife too much. It's a great weapon, all, but I really like the medium sized knife a lot. I think it's great at stabbing and slashing. I got stupidly crazy with this actually, but of course with that axe, it's just God. I feel like it taps you and sometimes it chops you. I couldn't believe Willie should just fucking rest in here. Don't worry about him. I like it's really hard to actually like get to those weapons sometimes. A great way to actually fight against the bigger boss is just grabbing onto his axe and hoping to God he doesn't cut you. That might. He sometimes also drags you around to a new weapon you can try grab, but you really got it's such a risk for a reward situation, because he can also really cut you. But anytime you are not grabbing onto him, he will cut you, or chop you, I should say. God, sometimes I wish Willie would give up faster. I think this is another time. Of course, I don't have. God damn. Look at that fucking grab. I pulled him. Dude, I grabbed him by his scalp and pulled him up. Holy shit. No, you got. I remember this scene. Oh, by the way, I do voiceovers over my gameplay, you couldn't tell. I can't, like, speak while doing my gaming. Yeah, turns out you're not supposed to. Willie doesn't like power bombs all that much. So, don't go on top of him. He does not like power bombs, turns out. And he will knock you out. He will crack your neck for doing that. As you can tell, I'm just showing the beggar tier again because I lost. Later on, I don't know. I'm not gonna show all my progression again. You guys kind of saw a lot of my progression. I'm just showing you the beggar tier again because the beggar tier is kind of important just to show you. I guess I want to show you guys how many times I truly did die. This video took about 2 months, maybe more. And some of that is just like practicing. Some of that was just getting used to it. A good amount of it was part of the end of this video, which I'll talk about more again. I was talking about. Holy shit! Yeah, like I said, if you grab onto his axe, sometimes it'll just immediately chop you. Oh, if you're really good at throwing, like if you got used to it, ooh, my god, I love it when the candlestick little spike goes into. Don't worry about me jiggling it. I like to jiggle weapons into wheelies often. God, I love the axe. I just love how it chops. You can tell I went for the axe this time. Let's just say it didn't go out too well. I just thought I deserve a little reward. Let's play with the axe. The thing is, I need a pitchfork for the third tier course, because that's a long pointy stick for the third boss tier. And I just need that because I'm not gonna do that with the longsword, and I immediately got my fucking scalp removed. I got a fucking haircut. And as you can tell again, I went back to the abyss, and you can't do the abyss. So that was like just another life gone. And yeah, I'm just showing you that you seriously can't get up. I think, if I remember right, this is the part I'm kind of just showing all the boss fights. I didn't want to waste y'all's time anymore. I kind of show you a good amount of progression of like how far you truly can get into this. So I'm just showing you all the bosses I've beaten, or like I did it on a different run. And I trust me, I still did no movement. I am very sorry for this. I forgot to record a couple of boss fights actually. I did. I'll tell you what. I did all the boss fights. You already seen me did them before. I can do them again. I swear to God, I did them. I don't know like how much credibility goes into challenge videos. Just know I did like this challenge. God, I really love this. But as you can tell, I forgot to record a couple of the boss fights, and I think it was the third and fourth one, which kind of sucks because I think the third one's always like a big challenge, especially with how long he gets a claymore basically. So it absolutely wrecks you sometimes, and especially how tall he is. So he got major fucking range. I forgot if this is the tier I died on or if it was the next one. But as you can tell, I don't find the later bosses memorable out of that match. I find the beggar and I find the first three bosses very memorable. Probably the beggar boss I remember pretty well because he's just a shirtless dude with a helmet. The heart, I call him the harvester because he has a scythe. That's why I call him it. This is the newest tier. We're doing the same fucking run, hammer and stick. I'm just going to bash people's heads in. Usually, actually, on this tier, I get the two-hand mace, like the one he is using in his hands. I think I remember on this boss, what I normally do on runs, or my first time beating this guy, uh, well, not this guy in general, but the boss of this tier, I got that two-hand mace, and I couldn't reach his fucking head. Is this the boss? Like I said, they're not very memorable to me later on. But I think I was like a shorter wheelie actually, so I couldn't reach his head all that well. So what I did was I just went shorter and I grabbed a mace, two-handed that bitch, and I just went for his ankles and knees till he was basically crippled on the ground. That surprisingly works a lot better than you think it does. Crouching is actually a pretty good gaming strat, but the main problem with crouching, of course, is your head's pretty open. Of course, like Willie would have to like aim higher for a head, but now your body level to his fucking head, he can just hold it at dick height, and just thrust, and you're basically dead. That's the only problem with like crouching. But with crouching, you of course can like cripple Willie by just slicing his legs off. Oh yeah, I guess you can see this, but sometimes with some bosses, to make sure they go down easier, I'll take their weapons or throw out the stage to make sure they don't run for it again. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, it's kind of weird to give this guy like a dagger, especially during this tier. Oh, we're getting to this point. Now you may be wondering why am I not. I'm gonna show you a couple of runs of the ultimate challenge. If you don't know what the ultimate challenge is, you basically start as I think a peasant or the third tier commoner, um, and you go through a trial of basically different ranks, and then multiple guys of different ranks keep coming at you till you get to the Baron. That's the main point of the challenge. Is usually you go from beggar to Baron tier. Now, let's just say I gave up on this challenge. I don't want to really admit that, but I truly did. Like I said, this video took about 2 months, and I think a month and a half actually of that with just me actually doing the ultimate challenge. This is kind of where I just gave up in general, because I just wanted to move on to a different video at this point. I wanted to move on to a different challenge. So I'm just showing you some of my runs at this point. I don't know. It's kind of sad for me to admit that because my first time doing a challenge video, I have actually done challenges in games like this before. But it's kind of sad admitting that like my first challenge video I'm ever gonna post to YouTube is one I gave up on because I just find it kind of impossible. Some things I find just ridiculous in the ultimate challenge is there's a couple glitches. I think I complained about this in my throwing video as well, but there's of course a lot of glitches in the ultimate challenge. Now usually if there's ever a fatal error, and rank progression mode, it's fine because it'll keep your progression actually. But in the ultimate challenge, because it's just one long battle, if it gives you a fatal error, which does happen quite a bit, it actually has ended my runs quite a lot of times. Um, you gotta start all over, and it's RNG at this point of whether I'm in, of what weapon I need. I don't know why I was trying to plus on a lot this time. My actually better runs was with the bail hook, and usually my best runs are usually I get the knife. Oh, this is why you get kicking. This is why you get faster kicking. The knife will spawn in the center. You're gonna want that. Now, Willie will spawn usually closer or away from you. You now sometimes you actually want to like do zigzags or beeline it. Do a curve to the knife. Like I go straight and then I start curving. So Willie will take a bit longer to get to me, or so he doesn't go to the center, so I can actually grab the knife. This is kind of why I was talking about when I was pretending to be a matador with the pitchfork or the double-handed axe. You can't. Sometimes they're striking down or they're trying to stab at you. Sometimes if you spin away from the danger, not towards it, um, it will actually help. It helps quite a bit actually, and of course with closing distance, then you can actually get really up close to them. Um, there's that, and then after that, usually you go for a sword. Usually you want a sword. You want the long can sword. Uh, and then after that, I usually try hope for a person with a bill hook. After that, I don't know what's up, but a lot of my runs, a lot of wheelies refuse to drop armor actually. So I was also doing this without armor half the time. I'm showing you like better runs actually. As you can see, I got pretty far into the ultimate challenge, but I just started giving up on it later on. Uh, the other reason I gave up on the ultimate challenge, I think I showed it in one clip here. Uh, but it just all the glitches started annoying me, and it wasn't like it was on bad runs. It was on great runs. I remember having a chest plate, a helmet, and I had a sword holster. I have a knife holster, and I had the bill hook, and I only had a minor like cut on my right arm, and I was doing so well. Basically, no damage that entire time, and I had to one of the weapons I wanted. I had the run I wanted. Then a fatal error happened, and it just wrecked me. I just like I think I stopped playing Half Story for a minute there, because I just wanted this to end at this point. And that happens quite often actually. I just had good runs, and it ended due to this like time limit I can't see due to this fatal error thing. I truly hate that thing quite a bit on the Ultimate Challenge, especially with this challenge, because standing still takes a lot of time. Because you need Willie to come at you much more. So, and of course, you can kind of see like Willie will always want to back up much more. So sometimes I'm basically like, I had to kick towards him till he's into a corner, and that can go like across the entire map. Oh, so that's like one of the main reasons like why I just gave up on this. And then the other glitch, I don't know if it will show it here shortly, but it's kind of that like I think it's due to dodging or something. Sometimes you dodge and then you kind of like keep doing side steps for some reason, and it's like continuous or infinite. And I don't know how to stop it. I try pausing. Sometimes if you run into a wall, it'll stop it. But that's of course taking damage, and I don't want to do that on this very precious run. You guys see here, I have like not that much damage. I have a little bit damage, and I have a bill hook. I got everything I wanted. I wish for a bit more armor usually. Oh yeah, this is the other reason. Like it would be really tough without kicking. Kicking is like your only movement, by the way, for this challenge. As the ultimate challenge, I feel like kicking is really the only way you can do this, because of course, you can't control where exactly they're gonna drop their weapons or armor, and that's kind of the difference between the Artiguff video and my video. I truly wanted to beat the ultimate challenge. I remember he did the ultimate challenge. I'm not blaming him, by the way. I'm not, of course, blaming him or telling him. I think that feels really great. Like I said, I highly recommend you all check it out. But with I truly want to like try out the ultimate challenge because that's what it was, like beggar to baron. But like after so many runs, this is not all my runs, by the way. I only recorded some of my better runs of like once I went far in. Like you can kind of see like I always win. Oh yeah, this is a glitch I was talking about. See how it's just endless? Oh, the other problem. Sometimes Willie would trip on his own feet when this glitch happens. Um, when it does happen, you of course get you go down to the floor and you can't get up because you can't hold W. So that was just also another big thing of like how it ends my runs. Luckily here I actually somehow like stopped it. I think it starts again later on into this. But as you can see, I got really like far into the ultimate challenge in this little challenge of mine. Man, that's weird to say. But with all this, I don't know. I got up to like 4 nights, or like 4 people, which is usually the last thing um, before the Baron shows up. And I don't know. I always felt like I got closer and closer, but like at this point in time, I just kind of like kept messing up, or the fatal error kept happening, or something bad would happen, and I didn't want to do this anymore. So yeah, I'm kind of giving up on this challenge. Maybe I'll try again later, but I'm truly sorry for like giving up on this. Oh no, it really does suck that like this is my first challenge video, and like this is like my attempts. Uh, what else do I wish to say here? I guess I can kind of see how much like time I have on the editing. Oh, don't worry about me being up the Baron here. That doesn't actually count. This is I just wanted this as a little background footage. This is not like part of the actual challenge. But if y'all made it this far, thank you for watching. Of course, I'm not best at editing all that much, so sorry if it was boring. New videos. I think I already talked. Liquor store stories. I want to finish that series up. I want to do more of the challenge videos. Hopefully, I can beat them this time. Uh, Go check out Artist video. Go check out the other people I shouted out. I truly got inspired by those kind of people because I was trying that interesting, like putting a challenge onto it. Uh, if I hit 10 subscribers, I said this in a video before. If I hit 10 subscribers, I'll make a top 10 anime girls. I would let them beat me up. I don't mean I beat them up. I mean I would let them beat me up. Would that be nice for a 10 subscriber? Uh, what was it? Check mark? Goal mark? God, I am very dumb with words this past week. I have been fucking up the entire time. But like I said, thank you for checking out this video. It's it's kind of I truly I'm truly thankful for a lot of people checking out my throwing half sword video. That was just supposed to be like a little intermediate video. I wasn't expecting that one to like go up so much. I was like checking on that video, and that was also like I think that was my longest video. A lot of people watched the longest on, or attention span. I think that's what it's called. But as you can kind of see here, I'm kind of beating up the Baron for fun here. This is not part of the challenge. This was just for fun. This was also just to get out the ultimate challenge. Oh, kind of would be funny. Maybe I was thinking about an idea for this. How far? I'm not gonna do the full game because I think that would be impossible. How far can I go with the beggar tier, or maybe in the peasant tier? Because with the beggar tier, you don't get any weapons and later ranks unless you go into carnage. Maybe with the peasant tier that could be more doable, but I don't. I doubt it with the beggar tier. But thank you for watching the course and have a good day.